Alright, guys, here's the deal. We are on episode 4 of The Promised Neverland. Did I get this right? Did I get it right? Yeah, episode 4 of The Promised Neverland. And there were and it wasn't, it covered 12 chapters right now. Like right now, it's 12, it covered, the first 4 episodes covered all 12 chapters of The Promised Neverland. So you basically covered it all. Alright? For those who wants to read the manga, you probably would. Now I read the manga and I like what they're doing with the anime, but the thing is, what the hell, guys? I mean, if you read the manga, what's funny about this is that in the manga of the Promised Neverland, it's more in depth. It's more scary. They creepy faces and all that. But in the anime, they tried it, but it's not scary enough. Sure, it had some points. Sure, it had some good points, but it wasn't that scary at all. It wasn't even that point where it's like, hey, this is what it is. But it's not. Which brings me, let's talk about episode 4. What can we say about this? It was the only scariest thing I could think of was the staircase scene. And it was kind of like a Resident Evil 1. Because if you guys remember Resident Evil 1, remember how remember how you open the door, it like, or when you go up the staircase or down the staircase, it's in first person, you go down the stairs like this. You go down the stairs. And I'm like, this was scary. It's like, not only that, but it looked like, and you're in first person mode as Emma. So imagine you in first person as Emma, and you slowly going up the stairs and trying to open the door. That is realist as it gets. That was the only suspense that was in my heart. Like, it was scary, because it kind of is. It was. That was the only thing that was good, the staircase scene. Now, the whole playing tag was all about strategy when it comes to playing tag in this. Emma, Ray, and Norman, they were trying to find ways to play tag in a strategic way so they could get away from Mom or Krona. Now, Krona, she wants to get rid of Isabella, but it ain't gonna work. Isabella had some moments in this episode where she ripped the doll and just stomping on it and trying to control Gilda, which, Emma's friend. Now everybody was suspecting who is the mole. Who's the traitor to us all? Who is the traitor? And people suspecting, it could be Gilda, it could be the guy. But everybody just like, come on, let's be honest. You really think Gilda is the suspect? I didn't believe it. Now, when Isabella got a letter and says Norman got the rope, it was obvious, guys, who was the freaking traitor. From the beginning, from that part and all the face expressions, you know who it was. It was freaking Ray. Now, I've been reading a manga. I respect Ray, but from the beginning, I'm like, why does everybody like Ray? Why does everybody like Ray? Like, is Ray a knockoff? Is he a knockoff version of Sasuke from Naruto? Let's be real, guys. I'm a fan of Naruto, and I respect Naruto, but not, Sasuke had my up and downs at times. But come on, that's why everybody likes Norman, because he's a freaking Sasuke. He's the one that's gonna backstab everybody and we all forgive him. Kind of like what he did with the Leaf Village, He backstabbed the Leaf Village, went with Orochimaru, then years later, fast forward everything, he came back, restored peace. And that's what I'm gonna say. So anyway, yeah. Too much. Fast forward everything. But you get the idea. It was so obvious that Ray was the traitor. Everything else was said and done. And Emma's just being Emma, and Emma's trying so hard to be part of this whole, but Emma's not seeing things lightly now. This episode 4 is missing about trust. Like, do you trust your friends even if they have secrets? Emma sleeping, and then she saw Gilda leaving the room and see Corona. Does that seem a little bit? Don't you think that's kind of trust issues right there? And with Crona's face expressions, which was hilarious, because Crona makes the scariest faces than Isabella. It didn't scream that much. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at the manga again, it's more suspense. When you look at this, it's not. And what a way, this episode was not only that, but it had a little bit of what you call it? Like, WTF? Like, what the hell, guys? How you end it like that? How did you end it like that? You ended with a scene where Norman just said, "Ray, you're the traitor." But it's not even like that in the manga. The manga got more suspense, saying you're the traitor. You know what I mean? The manga got of that part was more suspense than if Ray. I mean, than in the anime. Because again, read the manga. You see the part when he says how Norman responds to this, and Ray's response is not even that. I'm like, what the hell, guys? If you're gonna follow it, make it work. Make it more suspense. But then they didn't. They didn't. Okay, so I know, like I said, episode 4 was not as suspense as it's gonna get. Sure, we have a long. Sure, there's gonna be one of those times where we want to see more of Ray and Norman and Emma, and those three are gonna stop at nothing to get to know the truth about Isabella and the truth about Chrome. Hopefully by then, after covering 12 chapters, it's probably by the time we get episode 12, we'll probably cover like 40 chapters. I just hope they get to the part where we meet the demons or the other kids or anybody from outside of the demon world. Let's just hope we get to see more. Let's just hope we get to see more of that. Now, truth be told, that like I said, this episode wasn't that, but it teaches us the valuable lesson of trust issues, of trust. I mean, sure, Emma and Gilda had their times when they didn't want to talk, but after what Gilda developing in this, she kind of feel open now. And now that Ray is the mole behind all of this, we get to see the trust that Emma and Norman have on Ray. Which Ray, by the other hand, is like a Sasuke version. But can we trust Sasuke, you know? You know what I mean, like that? So can we trust Ray? I don't know. But there's a reason why. There's a logical reason why Ray's the mole. Okay. We know, when it comes to characters, we're going to say we forgive them. This time, you probably would forgive him. You probably will. Some of y'all of non-Ray fans, you hate him. But you're going to forgive him. And for some of you that already read the manga and know that you're fans of Ray, you already know that he did some good. So trust me on this, guys. Trust me. Ray is good. But there's a reason why. And about Isabella, you're going to forgive Isabella. When the time comes, believe me, when the time comes, y'all gonna like Isabella and what's her connection with Ray. Believe me, when I read the manga, I was shocked. I didn't see it coming. But trust me, I'm not gonna spoil anything. When that time comes, y'all gonna be surprised, just like me. So that's it. I look forward for episode 5. I think 5 is gonna cover chapter 13 to 15 at best, if they're gonna get developing to the part where things get a little crazy with Norman. But let's see how that turns out. So I can't wait to see Promised Neverland next week, and I hope you will.